Hi. A lot of people are asking me what kind of equipment I bring along when I'm out on my kayak trip. Some are just curious. Some might also be interested in visiting or joining me on these trips, and they feel a little bit insecure as to what is needed and what is not needed. So I thought I would just give a small rundown on what I'm using on my kayak here. As you probably know, I've got this Aquaglide Blackfoot XL. It's a two-person kayak, but one can handle it. And as you see, once it's equipped with all the equipment I need, I actually do not have room, not even for my dog. Anyway, but if you take it from, I'm not a sailor, as you could say, from the back side, I can't really remember which one is one. That's probably stern anyway. I've got my pump here, of course. Back up, you never know, probably in the morning when you've been out in the sunshine, you need to refill your my kayak here. Underneath this little bit here, there's not much room. I have my the bag for the kayak and the hose for the kayak for the pumping up thing just stowed away underneath there. I don't need it. So basically what I do is all the things I have on the back of my kayak here is what I don't really need on the trip, and everything I've got in the front of the kayak on the other hand is things that I could be in the need of as I go. So I've got my Gregory Bag here. I used to bring that along, and I also have a black bag to put around it to make sure that if I do have rainy weather or high sea or whatnot, then whatever's in there does not get wet. But inside I also got another bag which all my sleeping equipment is packed into. So obviously this is a bag that only goes out when I reach camp, because it only got the things that I need there, including a shovel here. But obviously we need something like that, digging for worms, so maybe you'll need to do some bigger things. I have got my, it's actually a Mavic Pro camera bag, but I ripped it for the foam inside, and because it's waterproof down to what they call certification of IP67 or so, I think it's down to 1 meter. It's not that I want to drop this bag anywhere, but it does certainly have an advantage if it has the ability to keep water out when it sprinkles on it, because this is all my battery equipment, all the equipment that I do not need on the fly as well. So this is mounts for the GoPro, it is an extra power bank, and it is cables and it's chargers, it's all sorts of things that I don't need when I'm out. Then I've got my fishing rods. I've got 2 rods here packed up, and I got my fishing net because I'm really hoping to catch something that requires a net. Then I've got this cooling box here. That box it came along with the kayak, but I haven't found it to be so efficient in terms of keeping my stuff cool. So I'm using it for my dry food, all my kitchen equipment, my pots and my burner, my everything. So basically that's also something that only goes out when I'm at camp. I might have a biscuit or so, and I can just turn around and pull it out if I want to, but basically it is a camp kind of thing. I got my tripod over there, you can see, stowed away behind me. And here I got the anchor for the kayak as well. And I rarely use it, but it's also there. This cooling bag, it came with these cool rod holders here. So I got 4 rod holders, which I use for the net as well, 1 in each corner. Then I got the seat, obviously. I got my life vest, I got my hat. And in the front here, I've got my 35-watt solar panel. On these 2 days trip, I don't need it really, sure, but I like to go on longer trips every now and then, so I'm right now just in the phase of where I'm testing it, and it seems to work quite well. I've got my cup holder. Yeah, I forgot to mention down here, I've got my rod holders, so when I'm out there I just put the rod holders in there and it locks up like this, boom, and the rod won't fall out. Got another one in the other side there. Then I got my cup holder here, easy to get to. I could have something with a Velcro between my legs there, but water keeps sprinkling around when I'm paddling, so I like to have it there. I've got a camera mount here, which sometimes I use, sometimes not. It's just good to have it there. My paddle. Then I got my drone. It's my DJI Spark. Underneath that, I have got just a simple one of them boxes you can buy in the superstore somewhere for food storage, but it keeps the water out as well. There I've got my power bank that I charge on the fly, and I've got the charger. Well, that's a different video anyway, but that's really where my solar panel here is connected. It's connected right down to this box. Then I've got my food box here. It's like a $2 box really, because I've found them to be the best and most efficient. That's obviously there because sometimes I need a cold drink or I need a cup of coffee or whatever. I got iced coffee in there as well. Well, then that's where it is. And I like to keep an eye on it, making sure that it's not exposed to too much sun and it's not opening up. Anyway, if you just take my solar panel off here, which is just with bungee cords attached to make sure it stays put, then I've got an inflatable seat. This is just today I brought that along really because I forgot to inflate it when I got off because I never used it. I just wanted to test it out, so I thought I'll take it along. And because the solar panel gets extremely hot, I used today just to keep a distance to the kayak. I did not want to have any issues there. But here in front, I've got my tarp. And obviously that's in the front because that's one of the first things that I need to hang up. And along with that, I've got a chair. It's always good if you make a pit stop and you want just to sit down and relax in another position that the kayak provides. Then I've got my Helinox camp chair right there. And finally, I got my Hennessy hammock wrapped up in this bag. It comes with a bag and it comes with a rain fly, but I have a different kind of system. I'll show you that in another video. So anyway, guys. This is how it looks. So in the front I have my tarp and I have my hammock and I have my chair, and that's just to make sure that when I land the first thing I need is what's in front of the kayak. Then I've got on the go when I'm in the kayak, I've got my electronic equipment, I've got my drone, I've got my camera equipment to make sure I can use that whenever I am. And then in the bag, as I said, that's sleeping gear, that is the wrap up the kayak when I'm done, pumping gear, and that's the dry food when I'm at camp, plus the fishing gear. Fishing gear, I won't be using that all that much when I'm on the fly. I like to make camp first and make sure I have a solid base and then go fishing. All right. Well, just a quick rundown.